Good evening, Adab, Namaskar, Sat Sri Akal. Welcome back once more to the third season of Women's Day Interview Series, where I feel privileged to invite eight fabulous females from different walks of life, whom we interview every night at 8 p.m. from 1st to 8th March, just to honor them and definitely celebrate the upcoming Women's Day. My dear friends, it's the third season, and it's been possible solely with your support, love, and affection, which you've thrown us all the time, and that's what keeps me going. Well, I'm super excited to invite someone special tonight. Special because I've known this personality literally since childhood. Yes, my dear friends, I'm talking about a childhood friend, a wonderful female, a mother of a proud daughter, or a proud daughter of a lovely, or a proud mother of a lovely daughter, all the way from US. Yes, she's made her mark across the globe. How? I'm sure you'll figure it out. But before I tell you more about her and invite her to the studio, let me tell you one special quality I have always admired in her, and that is staying connected with your family and friends. All the way far from Houston, USA, let's give it a big round of applause and welcome Dr. Priyanka Chanana.
Hey Sandeep, hey everybody.
Hi Priyanka, welcome, and I'm super excited, wondering what's going to happen because it never feels like going for an interview today, but having those wonderful chats, casual, lovely conversations with a friend, just the way you have been since childhood.
Exactly. It doesn't feel like I'm sitting in an interview or something. It feels like a regular chat. We both are chatting. Hey, what's up? What's new? What's happening? So yeah, it'll be. That's what I was talking a while back. That it doesn't feel like a professional interview or something. So I'll try to keep it as professional as possible. But you being a childhood friend, we have those sessions before, chats before. So let's see how it goes. But thank you for having me. It's a great privilege to be part of this show, to be part of this, getting to be part of this organization that you are part of, helping people, helping them coming out of whatever they are facing, giving them an ear to they can who listens, they can talk to. It's really wonderful. Thanks for this opportunity.
Well, let me also appreciate the fact that it's just 8:30 in the morning US time at your place in Houston, and you're still here, live and kicking, ready to rock the show, just the way you've always been in every phase and every place in your life. So, welcome once more.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Cool. So, I can go on and on talking about you, but well, it's all about you tonight. So, why not you share something about your journey? Where have you been, and what exactly you are into nowadays? Tell us something about yourself.
Okay, I will start from the days of my PhD. I'm a PhD in pharmacology. To people, to in layman language, I can say pharmacology is something, a field of science where you are studying drugs on animals. You are injecting them, dosing them, and trying to figure out what is their effect on animals. So we have a couple of species that we are more interested in, they being very close to the human. Set up genetically, or that is how we figure out, okay, we can superimpose this effect on having a predictive value on human effect. So this was my field in pharmacology. I was working on specifically on neuropharmacology side of it, working on brain research for 4 or 5 years, and then came to the United States, did my postdoc again in mitochondrial side of science, governing immunology, neuroscience, etc. Went there for a couple of years, research associate, research scientist, working on again some paradigms of pathophysiology around brain diseases and how mitochondria plays a part. And then recently, after working for a couple of months as a scientist in a CRO, I came to get experience how these contract research organizations work. So any of the companies who are not so big that they can take care of their research from point A to point B or C rather, where their drug can go into clinical setup, the CROs help them in different phases that, okay, we can take care of your discovery, preclinical, and then clinical samples, and you just have to tell us what has to be done. So these are like helping arms to the pharmaceutical companies. I got to work there as a scientist, got exposure how these things work, and then recently, not very recently, it's been close to 1.5, 2 years, where I've joined in business development of Solvo Biotechnology, a Charles River company, um, focusing on ADME DMPK side of drug development, which is drug metabolism and pharmacokinetics. That means when your drug goes into the body, your molecule is into the body, what your body does to the molecule to make it effective to produce a therapeutic effect, and on the other hand, what the molecule does to your body to produce an effect. So, this is all about myself starting from the PhD days.
Wow. Well, for all our lovely audience who've started joining and kicking in with all their feedback and comments and blessings, I'll come to that in a while. But for all of those who just understood about what Dr. Priyanka Channa is doing all these years, she is precisely somebody who is ensuring that every medicine you buy from a pharmacy or a chemist out there, or all those medicines which are prescribed to you by any doctor across the globe, whether they deem fit for you, whether they are the right ones for you, will they give you the requisite impact in terms of your health, your body? Well, she is one of those who's ensuring that the right medicine comes for the right problem or the medical condition and gives you that requisite benefits. So before the medicine is commercially produced, it has to go through various steps and phases like clinical trials where they are tested with different animals. But even before that, when they are in that formulation stage, so are they even ready to be administered to animals and get tested and approved or denied or not? Well, Dr. Priyanka Channa is the one who is ensuring all these things happen in the right manner. So literally, she is somebody you can say the savior of mankind.
Yeah, so I would like to emphasize in here. Most of the times we go to the doctor and we're like, "Oh, please save us," or "You have the power in this and that." Of course, they have the power. They are the ones who know the disease in and out. They are the ones who know the therapies available out, and they can prescribe, and they'll be like, "Okay, this works best with this kind of a patient." But there is a whole lot of work that is being happening behind the scene before that drug actually comes into the market, where you actually see it that, oh, it's by this brand name, I'm buying a paracetamol, I'm buying a crocin. But there is around 20 years, I would say, yeah, more than that, even like on an average 20 years of work that has been put forward before it is even ready to be available for that clinical trial, or for that for to be available to the doctor to prescribe it or to be administered to the patients. As you talked about the preclinical side, when the drugs are being administered to the animals, even before that, you are testing the compound in cell lines. You're testing the compounds in any other preclinical setups like ex vivo tissues, where you see, oh, what is the toxicity profile? We don't want even the animals to be killed if we are dosing them at this range. Then you have to come up with the right dose so that it's not toxic to the animal itself, because at the end of the day, that's a life too. So there's a whole lot of groundwork that is happening before that, and we just go to the chemist shop and you're like, "Arey, bukhar ki dawai dena," and we're good with it, right? Not even realizing that this particular compound that has been in market would have taken 15 years to be there.
So it's like, that kind of confidence we place upon the doctors with their prescription and eventually the medicine by whatever pharma company out there in the market. We simply buy it, pop a pill, and we are good to go.
Yeah.
But that confidence eventually, I firmly believe, comes from all that effort, that energy, and all that research, which, amazing doctors and the medical fraternity like you
Yeah. Yeah,
work
yeah.
upon.
Scientists, I would say, not just me, but people who are working. in and out in the lab, starting from not just the scientists, the research assistants, or maybe the technicians who are working day and night with crazy schedules where they have to study this drug effect in multiple time zones, and in effect of like, okay, 3 hours, 4 hours, 6 hours, and somebody is working maybe overnight to see what is happening with the drug.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a journey.
It's a journey indeed. And there are people associated with us during this journey who are happy to see you live and with all their love. Let's hear it first from Ravi sir. He says, Priyanka, nice to see
Hi,
you
sir.
after a long gap.
Oh. It's like coming back to school. Thank you for this opportunity. It seems like coming back to school.
And he says, nice to see you both. Of course, we are happy that sir joins us every night live
Yeah,
at
thank
sharp
you,
8
sir.
p.m. with all his blessing. And there goes my dad welcoming you again. Congratulations to see new Dr. Priyanka.
Thank
What
you,
a proud
Uncle.
moment
Thank
for
you.
everyone around. Wow. So, as I told right in the start, it's still gonna be a conversation, just a lively talk show, irrespective of whether it's an interview or those series of things where I feel privileged to invite, amazing, inspirational women out there like you, and realizing all that effort which scientists like you put into behind the scenes. That's what is actually saving lives, and it's a huge contribution to mankind which you are gifting to the world. But I would like to understand what really inspired you to get started in this field, in this journey.
So I started my journey way back. I think it was 2004 or 5 when I joined like bachelor's in pharmaceutical sciences. That time it was just a course, like I wanted to study drugs and this and that. Then when I went into my master's, it was solely clinical practice, which is like pharmacy practice. You're studying, you actually getting to see patients, you're getting to see how prescription works, what has to be prescribed. The doctor gives you a prescription, then how can you have a say or you have a doubt or something? You can put forward your suggestion, and then started my dissertation of. In master's second year, you have a dissertation of a year. I got I did not wanted to go the normal collaboration route that my institution had, like in a government setup with OPD patients. I was like, no, I want to do something in cancer, and luckily I did have a connection, a family connection, whom I talked to, and he was a radiotherapist in oncology, and I got to talk to, hey, I'm interested in studying cancer, and how can you help me? And then there began my journey where I started to visit PGIMR libraries to study what old studies have done, reading their dissertations and how it is actually benefiting patients, and then came up with a proposal to do my own sort of semi trial kind of thing, which was biomarker based in Sector 32 Chandigarh. That was, and still they wouldn't, since I was an outsider, like I said, putting in my first step, nobody had done it from any other institution, collaborated with them. They were used to having people from PGIMR or in and around Chandigarh, not from a like pharmaceutical university who they think would be like involved in such kind of a research. They were used to having doctors and PhD pharmacologists from hospitals, and so I was like, no, I want to do this. So I remember putting in a whole um, uh, proposal into draft stage with the help of Dr. Buddhi Singh Yadav. He's still at PGI, and I think he set it the stage for my research career, where I used to see him being a doctor. He's still involved in research, and he's still on that route. And we both of us, he helped me a lot to draft a proposal, and I went to directly to the director principal office of Sector 32 government hospital. I'm like, this is my proposal, can you please allow me to do this trial in here on cancer patients? And they were like, okay. So there was a huge resistance where I could not see director principal for like, I don't know, a week, that I used to go in there every day. He's busy, he's in meetings, this and that. And then I collaborated with Dr. Pandey from Dr. Avadesh Singh Pandey from the oncology department of Sector 32. And I got him into confidence. And then things started rolling forward. And once I was in that setup, in the hospital setup, I think I started to realize that there is a way we can make difference to cancer patients in here. Doctors are doing their job; they have what they have available in market. But then, getting to know more, getting to, I mean, a cancer patient is already facing a lot. If you're having to have just 1 ml of blood from them and then start your research that you can pave a way for a different mm, a different therapeutic route or path for them, that is something that I think it inspired me to be be going on this path of research, that no, we can make some difference to the patients.
I can understand and kind of resonate with because my mom survived cancer once and then eventually passed away due to cancer. So, again, commendable efforts at your end for doing all those things. And so is praiseworthy about your efforts and everything you do in life. There comes a big, big hello from someone special around, from Samir and Ariana. I'm not gonna tell anybody who are they. We'll let
Okay.
you do the honors.
Let's skip that. Okay. Hello there. It's a hello from another room. It's fine.
Exactly. So they are your lovely fellow pals back in home, your husband and your
Yeah.
lovely daughter Ariana.
Yeah.
Awesome. And there we have yet another school teacher of our times, somebody you know pretty well, much more than anybody else. Ma'am Kiran around.
My, I would say, part of my early childhood mentors. I used to be such a, I don't know, I've heard stories, I don't remember, such a spoiled child when I used to say I just want to sit in her class. She was my, I don't know, my childhood best friend that I've ever had. And it was so good. I still remember the days coming back from school and telling her all the stories that happened in the school. And she was like, okay, yeah, yeah. And then that childhood where I was like, I want to sit in her class. And she's like, no, I take elder classes. So yeah, I think seeing her in the family as well, where she used to manage home and job at the same time, that was also another like inspiration right from the beginning of my childhood.
And I'd love to share something out here. Well, for all those who are meeting me for the first time, I am a life and relationship coach certified under Tony Robbins from US, founder Someone You Need. But I started my journey, my career as a chartered accountant, MBA finance. But way before I was introduced to this finance world, Ma'am Kiran was the one who taught us economics back in school, class 10th. And that is where my eyes and ears opened to the world of economics and finance and business and everything around. And here we are, cause of all that love and guidance from our teachers. She says, so glad to see us both as a host and guest, but we are proud of you, ma'am, and grateful for all your support always.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thankful, grateful.
There comes another big hello from Harshvardhaji. Hello, Priyanka, and congratulations.
Ah, thank you, Kaka.
Lovely. So, of course, you started your journey with that mindset to help cancer patients and people in other medical situations where you would give them something better for life with your research and all those efforts. For sure, there must be some challenges which you faced other than the one you already mentioned. So, what were those and how did you really overcome them?
So I mentioned one of the challenge, that the first one. So I'll accept this. The first time I told my mentor in masters that I want to go to Chandigarh and do this thing in Sector 32, he was like, "Try it. I don't have high hopes." And I'm using, I'm not quoting him, but probably using the right words. And he said, "Okay, I'm not very hopeful." I'm like, "Okay, never mind, but still want to give it a shot." And then from, I think he had many master students doing dissertation at two of the already engaged clinics or hospitals that we were working with, and I was the first one to step into a government hospital and pursue my research idea. And then when I came back, I used to visit the university back in like a couple of months, giving all my data and he actually was so proud of me that, oh, you not didn't even put a first step in there, but you actually are excelling in the research, and we are hoping to see nice publication. And so that was my first publication that came out with as in a research article from that thing. And then I started to think, what next? And next should be a PhD. The way to PhD also wasn't very easy. Wait times and starting to then again come up with a new research proposal. And then I was again the first. My mentor still calls me the girl child, so of his PhD squad. I was before that he always used to keep boys, and he was like, I don't know if there was some resistance on how much effort a female can put in for a PhD, or there were other concerns. I don't know, but yeah, I was the first girl, or the first female to step into his lab as in a PhD, and then there were more to follow after me. So that was another stepping stone. I wouldn't say it's a challenge, but yeah, a stepping stone. And then things happened. I got married, came to US, and then it was like a journey starting from, or a journey started to be started afresh, where you have a degree from India. They are not very well aware of the institutions there. And then being a pharma person, you don't want to go to the route of like more into postdocs and actually having academic lab, but you want to work in the industry, but you have to start probably afresh. So that was another, I would say, stepping stone where I had to stay and work in and out and have publications and work towards research. Probably, uh, I would say a bit more than what usual US students are used to, because they have a background. They're coming from this school, so they have a this thing that, oh, he knows what to do. But then when you come from India to here, you have a huge learning curve where you have to study new techniques. You're happy because you're getting exposure to these new techniques which you only used to hear about in India, and you never had to work upon them on your own. There was always a super, I would say, cruise technician or somebody who'd be like, don't touch my machine, just give me your samples and I'll be good with it, right? But here you get to operate those machines yourself, you get to learn them, but then there's a huge learning curve, and that sets you a bit back from your publication or your research journey, because you're putting in extra efforts to learn new things and then make it a part of your proposal. So that was it, and I think that was another stepping stone. It worked out best for me because, yeah, you have to put in efforts, you have to put in hard work to learn those techniques, to master them, but then as you do it, and it's I think it comes naturally somehow to Indians because we are hardworking. So it becomes a part of you that, oh no, I have to accomplish or achieve this. And then, yeah, you get to excel, then you get to make those stepping stones a part of your research, and then you're like, no, no, now I can handle all this. So I would say I wouldn't call them actual challenges. I think they help them. Every step helped me. Maybe being first at every at the masters, being the first at the PhD, but it's, yeah, there's a lot of learning because you're starting things, right? But then it makes you independent. You know you can handle anything at the end of the day.
So you've been a perfect combination of smart work and hard work and all that work's required to
I
reach
think
where you have been.
I think it is survival of the fittest for me more than I had to do it. There was no choice. So there, yeah, there is a choice. Like, okay, oh my God, I'm depressed. I came to a different country. I have no background in here. I have no education from here. What I'm gonna do? There's nothing works for me. There were two routes. You could be depressed, and you could be sitting at home and saying, oh, I just don't have education from here. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Or there's the other route where you start, and trust me, I've done my homework in every aspect, not just that, oh, research is good for me, let me go just that path. When I came in here and I had to start afresh. I'd even thought about, oh, let's be a pharmacist at these government or federal pharmacies, and I should be giving papers and this and that. I've studied and done my homework on every avenue, but then at the end of the day, I was like, I don't know if this will be enough to drive my passion for my work life. If going to a pharmacy and just dispensing in pills would be something that I would want to do, yeah, it would pay me well and it would not be a stressful environment. But I don't know if I want to do this for another work life that I have.
So it's like we need to be mindful of whatever we want to step into for the long run,
Yes.
and realizing that strong convincing reason, what I call as the why behind doing anything in life.
Yeah. The other day I was reading something on LinkedIn, and um, there was this post that said if you're not motivated enough to look forward to your weekend, then probably you're working too much. If you're not motivated enough to start on a Monday, then you're not following your passion of work. So there is some lag in there. So be mindful of what you're stepping into.
Absolutely. So maybe I'm privileged enough in that way because I love what I do and I'm doing what exactly I love. So every day
Exactly.
is a Sunday and every day is a Monday for me. It doesn't really matter.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes. But you've been on an impressive journey, and that's what says the latest comment from Sudhir ji. Hi Priyanka, impressive journey so far. Hope the very best for a great future, Mama and Papa.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Everyone's pouring all their love and appreciation for you. And now it's my time to share with the world something about your accolades. And let me read it for you. So, you're the Director Business Development with Solvo Biotechnology US. You're a PhD in pharmacology, MS in pharmacy practice. Feeling proud to share that you've published over a dozen of research papers so far and counting, and so many awards globally: International Brain Research Organization, European Sleep Research Society, and lots more. Well, the list is endless, but I quoted a few to just bring it to the world and realize the girl child from a small place like Kalka eventually is making marks and creating wonders for herself around the globe.
Wow. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So tell us more about all these things which have come your way, and what do you really feel made you most excited about the so-called your proudest achievement?
There have been many, but like I said, or let me say it again. I'm a very emotionally invested kind of a person, and more close, like you said, you started your talk with like close to the family, close to the friends. So their happiness, their that spark in the eye that you get, like you said, oh, you've made us proud and this and that, that really counts for me, and that has been my driving force so far. That no, it's, yes, it is for myself as well, but it is more for the family, it's more for the friends, that oh, they are really proud when they mention my name, my parents, my in-laws, or my chacha chachi, and everybody is like so proud that oh, we, this is Priyanka, like this is our daughter, right? So that I think has been the driving force, even with whatever, like my brothers, Bobby, everybody is like, when I go back home and they're like, okay, you're doing this, and everybody is so excited. They are uh, they want to know more about what I am doing. I think that has been my biggest driving force. But the proudest moment, let me share. So you mentioned these awards. So some of the awards are travel awards, where you are doing your research, you're publishing, and then once the paper comes out, then you are applying for these travel awards, which are, you apply to these bigger organizations. Hey, by the way, I have done this research, this is my publication, and they would want you to travel all the way from across the globe to the site where the conference is happening and present your work there, to have a larger audience to know what you're doing. So I got this first award to attend a School of Neuroscience in Suzhou, China. That was my first of these awards, what I got. And I still remember like checking that email, and that my friend calling me, hey, the result is out. Did you check? I'm like, you didn't get it. It's okay. Maybe I didn't get it either, but I'm out somewhere. I'll check it out later. And then I go home. I was like, I don't know. Maybe I made it. I didn't made it, but I wasn't very sure, because this is like second year, or yeah, second year of your PhD. And then you maybe not have been there because your seniors start getting it when they're like maybe in their third or fourth year and they have published enough and enough of track record, right? So I was like, maybe I didn't get it. And then I checked the email and I was amongst the selected people. I think there was just three of us selected all across India for an Asia Pacific representation in China. And I saw that when I told this to my family. I think, oh, we live in a joint family. Everybody was around for dinner, and the spark I saw in everybody's eyes, like, really? Like, are you going to that school? And I was like, yeah, I got it. It's unbelievable. I didn't expect it. And then the journey started. I think that started to give me that high, the thing that you see in your parents, in your relatives, in your brothers, sisters, like eyes and faces, where like they're really proud of you. And I think that was the proudest moment because it was the first, and then it started to drive me ahead, and then started to pave the way for my research career. And also one more, this thing happened, I think, before that, even when that was a proud moment as well. But that is what made me decide I'm going to the PhD route. When I was working actually in the daycare center of 32 sector for cancer patients, and I could see patients, and I started to learn little things like um, extracting like sample by myself and not troubling other people, and talking to patients that, hey, we are doing this research because for every even 1 ml of blood that you want from them, you have to have a consent signed. So I had to explain that consent form to them, that this is what we are doing and this could help people like you, or maybe more people down the line with a tentative new therapeutic path. And I still remember talking to a girl. No, actually, yeah, she was in her like early 30s or something. Very unfortunate. She started to show symptoms of breast cancer, and I talked to her, and she was like, "No, just do it. I just don't want anybody to face this." And I was like, "Great." And I think that confidence that I saw in her was was another proud moment, which paved my way. Okay, no, I have to go into research. This is what I want to do.
Wow. Well, yesterday we had somebody who mentioned that, she's just an ordinary woman. And I was happy to share that the best thing about extraordinary people is that they always remain ordinary. And while you've been, showcasing your publications and all that research work you have done across the globe, being invited by all these forums and conferences, and the best thing you still feel that makes you feel most proud or worth it, the entire journey and the effort you poured in is just that smile on somebody's face around, be it your family or the patient. So there's nothing more which I can say about you today that makes us feel so proud about you.
Thank you.
We have one more school time teacher joining us, and Ma'am Yojana says, "Proud of you, my ex Sophian."
Thank you, ma'am. Science started there, right?
Yes, exactly. And then we have all the emojis flowing in from Ishan.
He's my surgeon brother.
Of course, he is.
Yeah.
We have lots more love. Very, very impressive, Pranka. You have made us so proud, says Nandaji.
Thank you. Thank you, Mama.
And all the love coming from the Sophian family. Kuldeep Kaurji says, proud moment. God bless you both. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, well, you've made a mark for yourself in the industry and everywhere across the globe. But then there are so many females out there aspiring PhDs and others in whatever way or things they are into. What are those pearls of wisdom you would love to gift them today in terms of their journey and taking it further?
I would say the first thing which is important is never think from what place you're coming from, what avenues are available to you, because the world is big. There is so much to explore. There is so much to become part of, rather than just thinking, oh, I'm coming from this area. I don't have exposure, I don't have opportunities or availability of these things and others, and then you are restricting yourself there. Just be open. For starting a career or stepping into science, I think you need multiple virtues wherein you need to be courageous, you need to be thinking out of the box, because you literally need to find something which has not been found out yet and yet make a mark in the publication world. Nobody is going to, I would say, buy your publication, or let your publication be a part of your of their journal if it's not novel. And to explore that novelty, you always have to think out of the box. If you're thinking something going in and around which has already been published and which is already available out there, then you are not doing justice to the resources that you are using. So, science is not something that is, oh, you started to do something today and you're expecting a wonderful result tomorrow and that's it. There are bigger failure avenues associated with this than you think about. So persistence, and that is why I say courage. You fail, you get up again, you remodify your proposal, and you're like, no, I think this is where I did something wrong. And 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 there is help out there. It is not something that you think, oh, I have to do it on my own, I don't know how I will figure it out. Internet being there, there are multiple avenues. You have researchgate, you have people helping out there on these scientific websites where you ask a question and they'll be really helpful. You have friends working in different areas, therapeutic areas, they will be of help. There will be collaborative efforts there. So just don't be disheartened that you failed once, or the experiment failed, or you're not able to figure this route out, or there's something more to it. Just be persistent. That is what. And one more avenue, patience, which I think I am lacking big time. I got to learn a bit of it from my journey, but patience is also a big avenue of, or a big quality of a scientist. You fail multiple times, you are going to face hurdles, you are going to face, oh, the machine is down one day, or maybe the cells are not good, but you thrive to get this thing for, I don't know, you worked upon it for months and now it's time for a readout, but somehow the machine broke or it's not working properly and your samples are going down the drain. What do you go do? Yeah, you can be depressed, but then you don't have a choice. If you have that zeal to help the patients, to help with your research, then you're going to go on and redo everything. So it's disheartening sometimes. I won't say it's all rosy and pink, but then you have to make your way.
But then if you stay consistent, stay humble, stay grounded, because if your roots are strong, only then you can go long along, right?
Yes, if you have those connections, you're humble, you're not trying to be somebody else, you are good with your colleagues, you're building a team there, then everybody would be eager to help you. And I have been very fortunate to uh, like finding friends in my lab where they were eager to help me with, because I was new coming from India. I started to build in friendships and all that. Yes, in the earlier days I had to figure out things myself, but then as I started to build up relationships, guys were super helpful in not even helping me throughout the experiments, my bad days even, but being a sense of support in setting up my protocols, or if ever I'm lacking somewhere, they'll be like, no, I think this is something that you're missing. So that is important. At the same time, you can do your science, you can be persistent, patient, you can be thinking out of the box, open minded, but then at the end of the day, you should be having to have relationships support you when you are in need of help.
Absolutely. You touched upon something I focus into and work with people big time across the globe, and that is relationships. And, it all starts with you. Just like we were talking about humbleness, says one of my mentor, humbleness is basic element for successful person. Ratan sir, all the way from Chandigarh, and he's actually one of those, Navratans in my life,
Wow.
whom I always respect and express my gratitude for being so supportive. Great going, says Advait, and
Yeah.
Really, really proud of you, Dr. Priyanka. Way to go, says Nikita Upadhyay. Lots
Hello,
of love and
everybody.
blessings.
It's like everybody's seeing me not on a video call today, but an actual session.
Actually. Then again, we have somebody who is an inspiration for everyone around in his place and the world. Retired CRPF, somebody who has given his life to this nation. So proud of you, sir. Watching and feeling proud for both of us, but we are proud to have you here.
Yes.
Then we have Ma'am Saroj all the way from Canada, watching Dr. Pranka live all the way from US, being interviewed by Sandeep all the way from India. No
Hi,
wonders they
ma'am.
say the world is so small.
Yeah, it is. Hi, ma'am. Hope you're doing well.
And she says, keep up the great work. Really proud of you, my students.
Thank you. All
Grateful
your
to have
blessings.
you, undoubtedly. And I always share with the world around, I feel so blessed that I'm still connected with all the teachers, literally since childhood, from school to college times, MBA, CA, and all those things across the globe. Because, Guru bina gyan nahi, as they say.
Exactly, exactly. I try my best as well to stay connected. Not staying in different time zones. It gets difficult sometimes to go in for a chat, but yeah, being aware of what's happening and staying connected that way, I think that's cool.
Absolutely. And says Renu, ma'am, you've made us proud. Indeed,
Thank
you
you.
have made
Thank
us
you
proud.
so much.
And somebody's calling you a woman of substance.
Thank you. Thank you.
Because the journey you have been is like the journey of 1,000 miles, which began with just one step you took with that leap of faith.
Yeah, I tried.
That's what I feel about what Nandaji says about you. So, well, indeed, it's been an inspiring journey. As I say, I've been conducting this inspirational interview series, and today I'm feeling it all the more happiness and joy of inviting amazing women like you from across the globe. When people learn so much, pour in all their love and respect and appreciation. But there is something more which I would still like to ask you before we call it a close. That, well, you had the opportunity and you took that leap of faith, as you said, tried. I believe you literally did it. But there are so many women out there back in their household work or the housewives or other females who are lacking opportunity or maybe not raising a voice for themselves. Those kind of situations where they have the potential, they have that energy, and they have all that it takes, but still feel left behind, or rather are left behind. So, what do you suggest for those out there?
Yeah, I'll start on with my mom itself being a housewife, right? So I've seen her journey as well, and thank you. I think I just saw a comment. My chachi ma'am Kiran posted, proud of you from mom and dad. It's all because they trusted me once. I still remember the day when I was going to take the flight for China. My dad was like, just go for it, go. He was so skeptical that I'm just sending my daughter out to a different nation, and I don't know how things will work out, but he just he just entrusted me with that. So I think that's a huge thing you can give to your children, to your spouses out there, just that trust. And talking about housewives, I think they do a greater job than what we do outside of the house. There is a huge responsibility there, and I would say when it comes to what I would like to tell them, I would just take it on a lighter note. Come on, ladies, you are your own bosses. You are your own bosses. You just don't have to take commands from any of the bosses. You don't have a strike list to do. You don't. Yes, you do have a strike list, but you can manage that. So why be so harsh on yourself? Just don't be. And this is something, managing work and home lately in house, in living in America, you have to do everything yourself. So I have started to implement this myself as well. Just don't be so harsh on yourself. Be be jovial and less. stricter boss on yourself, maybe. You're your own boss, right? Give time to yourself. Take your me time. I know everything is important. Everything, you want to see the house clean, you want to do the laundry, you want to do everything, but then at times, what if you just sit and relax and have a, like the speaker yesterday said, have some me time, have a coffee, green tea, watch a show, watch one episode, and maybe you're working better for the next hour. And just be mindful of that everybody in the family might be there to support you. Maybe just ask for it. Out goes to the spouses as well. Maybe one thing that you can do is appreciate, compliment. Maybe that'll make get a smile back and make them feel more driven that no matter they're taking care of the house, but that's a huge responsibility. We get paid of whatever we do outside the house, but inside the house, if we get paid with compliments, appreciation, acknowledgement, that oh, this is important and thank you for just taking care of this would have been a miserable situation without you. I think that is enough of a six-figure, seven-figure salary for us. Did you get muted? I don't
Yeah.
know. Okay, sorry.
So perfectly well said, dear Priyanka ma'am. Fully agreed. Says Shashi ma'am, showering all her petals of love and appreciation for you.
Thank you.
Well, you said a couple of things I'd love to reiterate for the audience out here. First thing, seek and you shall find. So goes without saying, if you really want something, go for it full throttle and you'll achieve it for sure.
Be a
Number
believer.
two,
Be a
yes,
believer. If you believe that okay, this one day maybe I think I can achieve it, or maybe I can at least put in efforts and let's see what happens. Believe in something. I know people believe in universe, they believe in religious activities, they are spiritual. Believe in something and ask for help. Maybe you feel more motivated that way, is that you have somewhere around this globe or somewhere around the universe, you have someone helping.
absolutely. And the other thing which I'd love to repeat, the way you've coined that term for all the housewives, the homemakers out there, that they are literally the boss lady.
They are their own bosses. Just be a little bit light on yourself. Just do that.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Says my dad, proud of both of you. Excellent conversation today. I'm sure everyone's delighted. Simply enjoyed it to the fullest.
Thank
Thanks
you.
a lot to Dr. Priyanka. Well, thanks a lot to my friend Pranika. That's the
Yes.
way I call you.
Yes.
Just the way we started it on a lighter note, I'm sure all's well that ends well. And this is still the beginning, I believe. Being into this third season of showcasing such inspiring stories from across the globe. I'm sure there's lots more to go in the next 3 days when everyone out here will join us live again at 8 p.m. And I'm so amazed that you have been watching us live, getting up early in your place and being such a big support, as I always call you like a friend.
It's vice versa. I have been dependent on you. I don't know how many times where I just Sandeep, this is happening, and yeah, it is easier to sit on this side of the conversation and say this was done, this was done. But let me tell you, he's been a great friend, a great support, and at times where things don't go as you planned, you also start to feel depressed and you're losing track. I think I always reach out to him, and he's like, come on, it'll be fine, it'll be fine. So I really appreciate his venture of starting this, someone listening. And I have known this thing from, I don't know when it was started, as a part of, I think, helping people out there who are not happy with their lives and wanting to do something mm, not very right, and having to have a call at any time of the day 24/7. I have known this venture since then, and it has been a great initiative.
Thank you.
I'm really proud of you of working upon something for the mankind in general. Really,
Well, as I always say, I do nothing, all His grace.
exactly. That is. That is the, what to say, humbleness talking.
Well, all you need to remember is that stuck in life, here I am, someone you need, but there's lots more coming all your way beyond me, besides me, because it's not about me, it's all about you and all those wonderful women around the world doing something for themselves, but doing everything for everyone else around. So, all my respect and gratitude. We'll continue this journey one more time tomorrow night and all those years coming forever. Thank you once again, Dr. Priyanka, joining us live all the way from US.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much, and it was great being part of this platform. Thank you so much.
Pleasure is all ours. And at the end of the day, as I always say, good night, Shubh Ratri, Shab Khair. Do take very good care of yourselves. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
Looking forward. Bye bye.